A lot of from my friends, and anything that I feel like I can't relate to you guys on anymore doesn't feel good.
Oh, it's not. You just got sucked into the idea of what it was that you needed to do as a married woman.
Shocked?
Feeling isolated away from her friends is something that she did to herself. I feel like she was isolating herself away from us because maybe we're not married.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about Summer House and Martha's Vineyard, episode 6. And yes, Silas, I'm sorry, you're on my #1 hit list. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so basically, we start the episode where it left off last episode with Jasmine crying.
Thanks for this. It's uncomfortable. With female friendships, I never want to isolate myself because I need them so much.
And she basically feels isolated from her friends, and she feels like she's basically pushing her friends away. And that's exactly what it is when, Jasmine, Jordan and Bria bring up, basically, Jasmine, you did it to yourself, to be honest. It's like Jasmine wants to fit into this cookie cutter mode of, this housewife servant. Like, I gotta have my man's food. I gotta make sure my man's clothes are clean. I gotta make sure my man does this because he pays all the bills. We're not in that society, that mentality. We're not there anymore. Maybe that's, our grandparents, our great grandparents, they might have been there, but that's not how it is today. Women have really achieved so much. In my personal opinion, I just feel like women are dominating in every asset of life. And I just feel like for him to basically expect her to just come to him hands and feet is misogynistic. And I feel like she's trying to battle between her own personality of being in a relationship and being a friend to her friends,
Jasmine feeling isolated away from her friends is something that she did to herself. I feel like she was isolating herself away from us because maybe we're not married.
So, Jason speaks up and he basically gives Jasmine some words of advice. And, I really feel like that is really good. Because, he's like, it's fine for you to open up and share your feelings to your friends, because I do feel like Jasmine probably either felt jealous that they can do what they want to do and projecting her own insecurities on them. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just happy she had this realization, because it softens her to me. This episode really softened Jasmine to me a little bit. Also with Jason, he's over here talking to Bria, to Jasmine, giving her some helpful words, and he just goes on and on and on. And at some point, Bria was just like, "Can you just spit it out?" Because, sir, I get it. Like, oh my God, cool. You trying to help your girl out, cool. But at the end of the day,
oh Lord, again, a fucking again.
Everyone leaves the restaurant. They go back to the house. People are cuddled up, having a good time. And it's basically the next day, day 10 of 15. And, we see Jason and Jasmine in the kitchen. They're talking. And we actually find out that they have been friends with each other for 7 to 8 years. And they went to Martha's Vineyard before. So, that's how he actually met Shanice. Shanice arrives, she hugs Jason, she knew Jason, and she's like, well, me and Jason, I knew that last time we were here, he had a big crush on me. I didn't know it was like anything crazy, but he really had a crush on me. So I was just like, oh my God. Bria fills Shanice in on Alex's statements about her, basically that he felt uncomfortable with her about the whole ex situation. And I just feel like, yes, Shanice is a wild girl, don't get me wrong, but I feel like putting preconceived notions on her and you don't even know the full story, one, because you just heard it from tabloids or heard it from rumors from other people. So to judge her character and all that off of something that you don't even know is just irresponsible and just probably low-key disrespectful. Summer, she basically stumbles upon the whole dog poop.
Poop? Oh my God.
Have you seen Bria?
No, actually.
Milo pooped on the carpet downstairs.
And that basically causes this big uproar with Silas. Silas is like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, this, we need a house meeting. Preston's like, we're not about to do no more house meetings. What are we doing? And actually, Silas and Preston get into a little back and forth. Nothing too crazy. But Preston's like, okay, if you had an issue, you could have just told Bria, because my door is after Bria. You have to walk by Bria's door just to come to mine. So what's the situation?
Past Bria's door in order to get to my non-door. So you clearly could have knocked on her door.
It was just dumb how he was just basically telling Preston that he needs to like take a stance and like, you know, say something. But it's like, if you have the issue, Silas, then you should say it. You want to be the leader, you want to be the big chief in the room, but you don't want to have the balls to go to someone and tell them like, hey, this actually happened, right? Bria comes out the room. Alex like, hey, you know, your dog pooped on the floor. I just want to let you know. She's like, is that why everybody's fussing? He's like, yeah. So it was nothing like too crazy. She went down, she cleaned it up, and that was it. Silas made this big fuss, and it wasn't even that deep, right? So, at the end of the day, like I told you, in this whole season, the Coopers have been tearing my nerves up, individually and collectively. Girls are having a spa day, and Jordan lets it be known that she's not really interested in going into a relationship with Amir, with anybody in the house. She's just here just to have, you know, just have a good time. That's that third, whatever. And then we talk about Shanice. She was like, yeah, you know, I went on a date when I was gone, had a good time with this guy. He is 6'9", he's an athlete, and you know, yeah. She was like, and we smashed. And she was like, they were like, what? She was like, yeah, we smashed, and he got, you know, he got a BBC. He got that BBC. If you don't know what a BBC is, look it up. Urban Dictionary. So Shanice basically opens up about the whole ex spreading the rumor on her. And because Summer brought up like, okay, what's the situation with you and Alex? She was like, well, you know, I'm not interested in Alex anymore. Everybody was like, why? She was like, well, you know, he basically judged me off of a situation that he doesn't know. He just heard about rumors in tabloids.
It feels awkward around me because of what happened with my ex. I got like cyber bullied. By your ex? Yeah. My ex humiliated me.
So I feel like Summer felt like, you know, a little skeptical, because that would have made me feel some type of way off of a guy too. Because if you're just believing anything and not even asking that person to their face when they're there about the situation, you're just going to judge them off of it. I mean, it's really a character flaw. You know, everyone's getting ready for guys and girls night, and you know, no shade, you know, I would have went with the girls. Like, I'm sorry, because me and the girls, we like the same thing. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I feel like we love to get dolled up, we love to shake some ass, we love to take some shots and find hot men. So I would have went with the girls, and the girls had a fun time. The dudes were just sitting down at a table. No. If I'm not, I would sit at a table just taking drinks if I'm going to a happy hour. But if I'm going out on the town, I'm going to shake my ass. Period. But here's a clip.
I want my 20%, bitch.
So everybody's going out, they're having a good time. Jasmine is a whole vibe, and I'm loving this side of her, because it makes me see her like, you know, she can actually take the walls down, not be so rigid, not be so, you know, Molly D made. So I love the fact that she can actually open up and just have a good time with her girls. No type of stipulations. Nobody's telling her what she can and cannot do as a grown woman. So I like that fact. So, you know, at guys' night, I'm not gonna hold you. As loud as the bar is, I wouldn't have understand nothing that Simon would have said. Like, I was here with Silas when he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna smile and laugh, because what is he saying? That's not even me trying to be funny or disrespectful. It's just a fact. So, you know, Silas brings up Jasmine being
basically a housemaid,
and she burnt his toast. He was like, yeah, you know, we're not in our normal situation. She makes my food, and she burnt my food today. It was like kind of crazy. I'm just like, instead of saying, you know what, I appreciate you making my food. It might not have been how it was back at home, but I still appreciate you doing something that I couldn't do my damn self. Showing appreciation, because if she wasn't there, you would have done it yourself. If she wants to do it, and that's what she loves to do, to serve her man, cool. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But for you to want to question and like nitpick the way she do something for you, I don't like that. And you know, Jason tells Silas like, okay, at the end of the day, like, y'all are newlyweds, so why are you over here putting stipulations and, you know, on y'all marriage? Why don't y'all just go in it and create your own rules and, you know, create your own type of relationship instead of trying to do this modern family type shit? So I feel like that pissed Silas off low key, because Silas came back with some shade. And don't get me wrong, I like to throw some shade. I love to throw some shade. So I caught it quick, because Silas was basically trying to play with Jason.
You're like, what type of women that, like, what your type looks like, right? I like ambition. Ambition is sexy to me. And obviously, I'm a communicator.
Silas asked him, he was like, so, what type of woman do you like? And I already knew that was a setup question. I already knew. Because, mind you, being a gay man and then being in spaces where people think you're straight or whatever, they're confused. They try to test you, and they try to test you in these subtle ways. So I already knew when he said this, I already knew where it was going to go. Jason basically talks about the fact that he likes ambition and communication from a woman when he's looking for a partner. And instead of him talking about her physical, that was the easiest thing for Silas to be like, so you're going to tell me that, you know, you're all in your head. You're all in your head. You know, you're so nice, and the nice guy's in last. And I'm just like, that is just some bullshit. Because he's like, oh, so you're not out here trying to find some pussy? Like, you're not going to get no pussy?
True that the nice guys do finish last. What? Not too much? You wouldn't get any pussy. Oh.
And I'm just like, that's the only thing on your mind. And everything, when he said that, everything clicked. That's why Silas is so hell-bent on Jasmine not getting drinks for somebody else, because that's how he is. When Silas was probably single, he was probably out here wanting to just get girls drinks and expecting them to give him something. Because why would that be in your head? Like, my dad used to say this to my sisters all the time. It used to be irritating because he would like, okay, you can't dress like that because guys gonna think they can get something from you. No, they can't.
You will go to jail.
Because no means no. That's just period. And two, if just because someone is flirting with you, just because someone is, you know, might be nice to you, just because somebody probably smiled at you, or you gave someone a drink, don't mean anyone has to give you a damn thing. So for people to just assume that, oh, well, you know, she's dressed as sexy, that means she wants to be touched. No, it doesn't mean she wants to be touched. It means she wants to look good for herself. It doesn't mean that she's out here just wanting somebody to come up and touch her, buy her a drink. She didn't ask you to buy her a drink. You bought her a drink. So I feel like for Silas to think that, oh, well, you know, Jasmine can't get free drinks because that's going to lead to a guy wanting to do something, I get, don't get me wrong, there have been situations where people that have happened, like obviously. But you can't just assume that that's just what that's going to be. And like she said, like, what's wrong with getting free drinks? It's not like my person, me, is going to do the thing back. Like, I know I'm in a relationship. Give me the credit of myself to know that I know I'm in a relationship. I respect you. So this is what it was. So when he said that, I was just like, it irritated me. It was a quick eye roll. And then with Jason, he was like, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, me getting sex is not a problem. He was like, you know, me out here being in this world, just get anything caused me to now have a responsibility of a child that I have to take care of.
I just had a child. She's 3 months. You thought I was just going to be I'm dealing with consequences of just having a good time.
Silas, he basically sounds ignorant and misogynistic about the whole situation. And then these ladies at the next table bought all the guys drinks. And they like, no. You can't get no drinks. Since you had a problem with Jasmine getting free drinks, you can't get this free drink. So while they're over here just playing around with Silas, you know, shooting the shit, Silas put his hand up, or somebody pulled his hand up, and he ain't got his wedding ring on. Now, if Jasmine didn't have her wedding ring on, best believe it would be World War III.
I want to know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
Because I feel like in Silas and Jasmine's relationship, I feel like Silas does not hold himself to the same standard that he holds Jasmine. Jasmine has to be perfect. He can have all the flaws. And that's basically how society is, that women can't do. There's a double standard with women and men. I mean, we all know this. And it's just clear to see that. Like, if he could get a free drink, but she can't. He could do this, but she can't. I don't like that. None. But, you know, we talk back over to girls' night. They were having fun. They over here taking shots. They on the table. They over here twerking. And then, you know, they fall on the grass when they were leaving. Bria and Shanice, because they turn up. And this guy said something. He was like, get out of my grass. I'm like, what you mean get out of my grass? And then she was like, I'm taking the shots. He was like, oh, you can't drink the shots. You have to drink them here. You can't take them low. Something like that. But I don't know. Just something like about that just rubbed me wrong. But maybe that's just me. But, you know, they get back to the house. Shanice and Bria are over here on the tables having a good time. They get into the jacuzzi. They take their tops off. That's when the guys come in. And then, you know, Bria goes inside. All the guys go into the hot tub. Shanice is outside in the hot tub. And I just thought she was just topless, whatever, you know, whatever. She get out the hot tub. The girl is butt ass naked.
Oh, moving out titties now. I'm just like, oh, what?
Booty out, Itty bitty's out. She out. I said, oh wow.
Oh my.
Okay. But you know, she was already, you know, like that with Bria, so I'm just like, I don't see what the problem was. So when we go back in the house, Silas is asking Summer, he was like, oh, y'all have a good time? Was there any guys out? And Summer's like, yeah, we had a good time, but obviously there are gonna be guys out. We're outside. Like, what are you talking about? And Jasmine, she comes up, she was like, what's going on now? You could tell Jasmine probably just irritated, right? And Summer's like, yeah, he's asking if there were guys out. Like, obviously there are gonna be guys out. What's the, like, girl, what? It was just him just trying to control the situation and be an egomaniac, right? Bria comes downstairs. She goes outside. She see Shanice in the hot tub with her man and all other people too. Just bouncing, right?
But naked with Simon in jacuzzi. Of course she is.
Still naked. And she goes inside, like, can y'all believe that Shanice is outside in a hot tub naked with my man? Mind you, there was more people in the hot tub, so it wasn't just her man. But I mean, I get it. Girl, so Shanice come back out, so you're gonna be naked around my man? You'll be naked around my man? Like, Bria goes crazy, and Shanice is confused. And then Jordan is just like, girl, why do we have to argue every day? What is going on? And she said in her confessional, she was like, you didn't have a problem earlier when y'all was over here naked together, but now, about 5 minutes later, you mad because your man in the hot tub. Like,
Y'all was just naked in the pool 10 seconds ago. But I also have enough sense that I'm not gonna sit here and argue with a drunk woman making a steak in the middle of the night.
Like Jordan was like, I'm not about to argue with a drunk girl over here making a steak at nighttime when literally they were just over here rubbing titties in the jacuzzi 5 minutes before. So Bria goes off on her man. She's like, don't go back outside with her. You need to go upstairs. You gonna leave this house. Just going up, just being a little spoiled brat. But don't get me wrong, I do see why she would be upset because, I mean, you know your relationship, so I get it. But I'm just like, girl, like, Bria, you really sobered up quick. But you know, that was it for the next night. Everybody goes to sleep. You know, the Coopers over here having sex in the closet. Child, the next day, this is at the end of the episode. The next day, they go out for tennis, and then they do, like, they're prepping for this little brunch party that they're having. Bria is just over it. She's staying in the bed, don't really want to go out. But at the end of the episode, you know, Shanice comes out on the balcony. She's like, I'm ready for the party.
Oh, you went skinny dipping last night in front of my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want to turn up. Oh my God.
Topless. And that basically ends the episode. And I'm just like, Shanice, I don't know where she work at. I hope this does not affect her job. You know, at the end of the day, girl, like, I think she's a fun time. She's obviously an intelligent woman. So I just don't want her to play into the stereotype that people think she's a fast girl, if y'all get what I'm saying. But I think next episode gonna be really good. So I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.